Okay, thank you so much for coming in. We are honored, sir.
My pleasure.
Okay, sir. So, we are talking tonight about dealing with realities of a musician.
Okay.
I actually have read your profile to my audience. Maybe I have to just go through it one more time, sir.
Okay.
Okay. We have here, thank you so much, guys, for coming in. I see the love, thank you. So, I want to read to you a bio, okay, of our guest tonight. In the past 2 decades, Mr. Timofey Ugbonna, I hope I pronounced that right.
Very well.
Okay, thank you. Has built satisfying experiences in sales management and business consulting services, with his career spanning results-oriented work for Fortune 500 global giants like Microsoft, Oracle, Dell, and SAP. He currently doubles as the country manager for East and West Africa and head of ecosystems and partners, Middle East and Africa, both for Financial International. He is a passionate public speaker, speaking coach, professional musician, a compere, and an avid writer. Mofe, as a member of Toastmasters International and founding member of Lighthouse, Prestige and in-lax Toastmaster clubs, has held multiple positions across the Toastmasters regional organization, with his impactful contributions in public speaking and leadership earning him several awards. This is good. His passion for business, family, ministry, and financial literacy comes with a common sense approach and has led him to serve in consulting advisory roles for startups within and outside Africa. He's a church boy, helped by mercy and grace, who started learning the tenets of the Christian faith from age 6 through dedicated service in the house of God and mentorships. His belief is that anyone can improve if they commit to working towards having the right posture for growth. He's married to his wife and they are blessed with 2 children. Okay, so that's the bio of our guest tonight. Okay, so we go to it directly, sir. Dealing with the realities of a musician.
Okay. All right. So first of all, thank you very much for having me. It's truly an honor and a privilege to be here.
You're welcome, sir.
I've gone through the videos online and I see the wonderful things that you guys are doing. I think it's very beautiful. It's very commendable. I pray that God will continue to strengthen you in Jesus' name.
Amen.
And also, the one who come. Interestingly, one of my friends just called me and said, "Guy, you need to be on this call. We're waiting on. We're waiting for you."
I think I saw him. Yes.
It's not in my character to keep people waiting.
Yeah.
Trying to. No, but I don't know.
It
Technology
happens.
fine.
It happens.
So, I know we have very limited time, and you have my blessing. If you want me to come back again, I'm more than happy to come.
Oh wow, that would be great, sir.
Dealing with the realities of a musician, the number one thing that people struggle with, and when you read my bio, people think my whole life is all about corporate work, working in multinationals and all. Yes, I do work, but I have a very firm background when it comes to music. I've done music directing, I've been choir director, I've been a tenor singer, I've been a conductor, I've been a writer, I've been a keyboardist, I've played drums in some aspects of the area. So I around the 9 yards, so to speak, of music. So I have some fair understanding of music. And by the way, I studied music in school, so it gives me some background and some experience in that. So, but what I find out is that we tend to struggle to balance our lives as musicians and as human beings. Everyone who's born this world, whether you're a musician or you're not a musician, you have two things to do. There's something that you are created to do, and then there's another thing that you have to do to make ends meet.
That's
Sometimes it's supposed to be what you're created to do helps you to make ends meet, which is fantastic. But in many cases, it's not the case. In many situations, it's not the case.
Yeah.
But particularly for music, I see a situation where we want to do music. Okay, we are called to do music. We have a passion for music, but sometimes the outcome of our input does not correlate with the passion that we use to drive it.
Yes. True.
I play keyboard in a very certain, I sing, and I expect to get some sort of comforting, financial benefits. It doesn't come that way.
Yes.
Then it begins to pressure on the singer, pressure on the musician, and pressure on everything he does. So you get into a situation where you're going to sing in a church, and you're beginning to eye the church and begin to, size the church. These guys can really pay. So you look from. You begin to walk in that way. Now, the thing about this is that, and because of time, I'm just trying to put that point out there.
Okay.
We start thinking as businesses, not necessarily as musicians. It's critical. A musician is someone who plays music. A businessman is someone who plays music and has other things going around. Very, very important. In corporate companies do what they call CSR. They do a program where they try to reach out to other people, reach out to less privileged, do something for the society, and they don't charge for those kind of. As a musician, there's certain things that you do as CSR, as we call it, we do it unto the Lord.
Yeah.
But you can do it. You can also look at it in two ways. You can decide to say, okay, in this aspect of my music, all right, I'm going to build it as a business, and in this aspect of my music, I'm going to build it as a ministry. But also, even beyond just building ministry and business within your music, there are other things that money can do for you. I was speaking to some young people a few months ago on business and ministry and music, and I realized that one of the things that we face is that people are mentally lazy. They want to get their money. Maybe they have maybe 50,000, whatever it is. They want to meet to somebody who will help them use it and make money and give them something. Look, anybody that collects your money to help you do business is making more profit than you giving the person that money.
That's true.
And I see this a lot. When we try to promote our music, or you want to promote your brand, you want to promote your page, you want to promote your Instagram and your handles, I see musicians who are saying, okay, let me find someone who will help me do it. I'm so busy. What are you busy doing? If you sit down and learn this thing, you become a master at what you do.
Yeah.
And that's another topic. But the point really is, there are many other things that music avails to us that gives us the opportunity to build financial stability. One of the greatest things I have known, which has all happened in my life, is that music gives you a platform. It gives you a platform. And that platform brings you into realms that, naturally speaking, without your music, you can't get into that place. Now, it's, if you attend a church where, the big boys are in the church, and you sing very well, you sing such that you bless people. You see, people naturally gravitate towards you. They will naturally gravitate towards you. But the problem with Annie is that when God gives us that platform as musicians and we sing and people gravitate towards us, because we do not have content to be able to share in the level and in the field that they play, we just remain there.
That's right.
One guy told me something. He said that, people buy you before they buy what you're about to sell. People buy you first before they buy what you're about to sell. If ask yourself this question, and they used to ask me this question. If I lock you up in a room for 5 minutes with maybe Dangote, for example, what would be your conversation with him? Will you be telling him about the Remy person? Or will you be telling him about salt, or will you know what will you be telling him? Now, if you start talking to him about, oh, fantastic song, oh, great song, you're going to lose him. But you see, your music gives you access to these kinds of people. But these kinds of people already like you, but you have to be able to understand the language that they speak so you can get to that realm. Now, and that's where the breakthrough really is. Because God has blessed us, Annie, and I say this with all sense of respect. God has... I was there?
Yes, sir. I can hear you.
All right. God has blessed us tremendously because I think the Facebook has gone on. Is it me?
No. It's on. They can hear you, sir.
Okay, good. So God has blessed us tremendously, giving us platforms, giving us connections. What we now need to do, see, if I carry you and I put you in the middle of a farm, if you don't know what to do in a farm, you will remain there and nothing will happen, and you think God is not blessing you with fruits. You have to understand how to till the soil to be able to produce fruits for yourself. Now, being a musician does not stop you from understanding how business works. It doesn't stop you from understanding how finance, how money works. It doesn't stop you. It's just one form. If you follow the trend, I mean, they call them on-air personalities.
Yes.
Right? One of the big jobs in the world, especially in Nigeria, and I stand to be corrected, are public entertainment businesses. So people like on-air personalities, broadcasters, journalists, all of these kinds of people, even musicians. When you see what the job brings to you is a platform. It brings to you leverage. It is what you now do with that leverage that defines how far you go. But people expect that if I have this gift and I use this gift very well, this gift should pay way to pay me on this gift. No.
Exactly.
Exactly. And platforms are used to be leveraged massively. You know, somebody was telling me about, and I don't want to mention names, one broadcaster, he worked in one of these famous channels, that he has stake in some of the biggest restaurants in Lagos. This guy comes on air, I think maybe every week or something like that, does interviews, talks, and then he's gone. I saw him one day, he was driving in the range, I mean, fantastic way. But you will not know. Now, do you think he's just talking about, maybe sports or whatever he talks about that brought him there? No. The radio station, the TV station gave him that platform. But because he understands how money works and how businesses are built, he's able to leverage that platform. The question I always ask myself is the day that I sit in a room with the CEO of my company and I engage him for 3 minutes, will I be able to get a check out of him? Or will I be able to get a pay increase out of him? Will I be able to have a conversation where he gives me his phone number? If I can't, then I've not developed myself to the level of becoming his friend as a CEO.
Wow.
Yeah. And that's the challenge, because musicians, we only see ourselves within the confines of our music, and the world does not revolve around it.
Seriously.
It doesn't revolve around it.
Yes.
It does not. I was telling a friend, somebody told me this thing, and a few years ago, he said, I've done this analysis. If you're a keyboardist in a church or a musician in a church, right, and you play passionately, you joined in your early 20s, and you've been there playing, devoted to the ministry, and you become 30. The pastor is married, he has children, the children have become teenagers, and the pastor's friends' children have become teenagers, they now start growing. Very soon, those children will now start playing youth ministry music. Before you go to graduate, before that's actually you daddy, papa, shit, small,
Oh my
small,
God.
small. Before you know it, you'll not be doing one song every when they want to do let's talk about daddy. I don't
Oh my God.
You not say, okay, we need fresh blood because the church is complaining. No, we are doing too many old school. Yeah, we need to do fresh. Because what's up? Okay, let's start with this young children. Let them go. We cannot allow our children to be going to club. Let them be in the house of God.
Wow.
He's a pastor that has 23 years who has gone to Harvard, come back. You not be high. You not give you high ticket. So that's just the way. If we don't start building. Now, I think I have to make a very clear distinction here.
Okay.
Nobody's asking anybody to quit music. No, I still do music. I still write. I still play music. I'm still recording songs. I'm still doing that. That's my bread and butter. That's my life.
Wow.
I was telling one of them. I said, music is my main hustle. My job is my side hustle. Because for me, music is not what. And I say this with all sense of responsibility. I asked myself a question, and one day, many years ago, I said, can you do music without money? And when I was saying this, I was just leaving university. I said, the joy that I derive from music, if anyone who's here knows me, the person will know me to this level. The joy that I derive from music, it does not equate to the money that I can get.
Wow.
I can literally, with joy, pay somebody to play music for the person. So I realized that maybe that's not where my money is going to come from.
Yeah.
Maybe it can come from many other things I can do music, many other things. I can write songs, I can get royalties on those songs. Those things can happen. But are there other things that I can do that would enable me remove the pressure on my music? So when I'm going to sing, I'm not looking at the counting from the pocket of the pastor. There's some envelopes with going sing. When you sing, you just say, I don't protect. Thank you.
Oh my God. You already sized, you know how much is there. Oh my God.
Because I grew up in we went to sing in one church.
Okay.
We sang with anything in an a cappella group, about 4 of us. The guy that invited us, he didn't give us money. So when we did this thing, the guy was going to take the back door to escape.
Why all the...
So we need to find a way to be able to do this music with a lot of joy. Now, there are people who have sold themselves to music. Let's not be deceived. Okay? Great musicians in this league who are making waves globally, they have investments outside of music. If they stop singing today, they will not be broke.
Do you know?
That.
2 weeks ago, when we're recording, I said the same thing. Musicians have to learn to think outside the box, because the music you are investing in music, that same place cannot give you the money you're looking for. You must think outside the box. It's exactly what you're saying. Very, very important, sir.
I think the number one thing to do, we need to pray. Very important. We need to pray and seek the face of God. And I don't say those things lightly. They're very important. They're very important. Okay. I think also we need to sit down and think. With a friend of mine, I said, do you know that in another couple of years, right, we would now be paying some degree of school fees for our children in the university.
Sure.
Now, when you think about it that way, and you want to have quality education, you cannot sit down and expect your salary to be paying that money then. Because the energy you have today may not be the same another 10 years' time.
Yeah, okay.
So if you sit down and think, just sit down and think, that's the greatest problem. Because people just think that my gifts, my talent, my skill, when you play one inch, oh man, people are saying, yeah, Obad will not pay, it will not be your landlord though.
It won't. It won't.
Yeah, I got one reality check. Before I got my right, I was playing music. I was hustling, as the way I was hustling. So I was teaching people music. I was going to houses. I was teaching piano, teaching children piano, teaching choir. And I said, okay, first sit down. Let's calculate this thing. If you teach your full life, teach every day, every day, the highest amount you can make based on logistics. You didn't have a car, so you take bus, get back, so you can only go to the classes a day. I calculated all the classes and it didn't get up to 200K. Do you know what I said?
Oh my God.
I said to make money no hard like this. No hard like this. And that's like, I just stopped it. Because I said it. How can I be breaking my bone, in fact, I was teaching a child one time. This was, I think, 2007 or 2006. I was teaching a child back then, and this child, I was trekking to their house. They stay somewhere in corporation in Aja.
Yeah.
As I got to the estate gate, and they allowed me in, as I was just walking in, you know that song, there shall be showers. I was like, this was not shower, this was rain. And the estate, locked up. Nobody has one compound where you go and turn that one tree.
Oh my God.
Beat me to their house. I walked in that way for nothing less than 5 to 10 minutes.
Oh wow.
I said, no, now. Making money is not this difficult now. It's not this bad. And those things just changed in my mind completely. So, I say this, and I'm still in the process of learning, I'm still in the process of growing. You cannot survive. You cannot even leverage and live the kind of life you want to live. God has designed for you just doing music. No. You do music, that music gives you a level, gives you a platform.
Yeah.
It gives you an opportunity to make money. You use that money either for business or use that money to do something else. People tell me this thing and I find it very interesting. They say, I don't want to work for anybody. Well, even if you have a company, you are working for your stomach.
Of course. Of course.
So, if you know why you are working, to raise money to do something, then do it right. And I think another thing is we don't ask questions. We don't do research. And I mean basic research.
Yeah.
We just have this feeling that if I open a studio, people will just come. They'll just come. Oh, really? You're a spiritual studio. People just no, it doesn't work that way. These things there's a process to, and these things are not difficult to find. They're not difficult. I'm not asking you to go and go and do what he said. Ask maybe KPMG to do it. No. Just simple research. Go online. What's happening? Why would anybody do this business for me? I spoke to let me say this because I know time is up. Okay. I was speaking to a young lady who's also a musician. She's a fantastic singer. I mean, when you hear her voice, you hear the passion in her voice. Wow. So she got some business, and I said to her, okay, you're buying things and you're selling them. She said yes. I said, let's say you buy this thing for 1,000 naira, but that's the cost price. How much will you sell it? She said, I'll sell about 1,000 to I make 200. I said, good, okay. Now let us calculate your cost price. Your cost price is not the money you give to the person to purchase the goods. That is just one part of the cost. There's a cost moving yourself to the market to buy it. There's a cost for advertising on social media, Facebook or even Instagram or WhatsApp on data cost. Yeah. There's a cost of moving it down. There are other costs. When you apply all these other costs to this small cost, your 1,200 is a loss.
Big time.
You know that what they call the eyeball, the light bulb experience.
Yeah.
These are things that They're not rocket science. They're just things we sit down and we plan. Some musicians will tell you, I want to become a musician and you need to pay me. I'm coming from a better. Who cares where you're coming from? Are they paying because you're coming from a better, or they're paying because of your skill?
Yeah. Yeah.
You know, I think that's another topic to talk about. But really, I want us to understand this.
Okay.
God has given us everything that pertains to life and godliness.
I'm telling you.
Prosper and be in good health, even as our souls prosper. But there's a root path to prosperity. There's a pathway to prosperity. And that pathway is God giving you a platform to be able to use that platform and leverage other things that can come on that platform. Relationships are built. We see some comedians, they are shaking hands from hobnobbing with the big boys in Lagos.
Yeah.
Comedians. Platform. And they leverage those platforms.
Yeah.
They leverage those platforms. You know? One thing I don't want people to forget, Annie, is ask yourself this question. If you were sitting in the office, or you're sitting in a room with your pastor, or you're sitting in a room with one MD of a company, you're sitting in that room, and you have 5 minutes to speak to this guy, what would you be telling him? Will you be telling him to remit faso? What would you be telling him?
Oh my God. In other words, you're asking us to be versatile, yeah?
Spot on, that's it.
Okay.
Just be aware of your environment. Be aware of your environment. You see, in church, I noticed this. Musicians, if you look at, somebody told me this. If the people on your contact list are keyboardist, drummer, sound engineer, light manager, tenor singer, alto singer, my brother, your ministry is going down. If only people on your phone that you contact on a day-to-day basis are just these people. Jesus was the son of the carpenter. How many carpenters did he have as disciples?
My God. My God. That's deep. That's deep. Oh my God. Well. Oh my God. Mr. Ugbona has dealt with this actually. It pains me that we didn't start on time. It really pains me because, so I remember when you asked me what's the purpose or the aim for this program. So now you see why the Lord started this. With all the information you just gave, I think it should be, this is like a master class because you hardly would hear this elsewhere. That's the truth. That's the truth. Like you said previously, you said we have to go and research, go beyond what you do musically, go beyond that. We should be versatile, we should be knowledgeable enough to be able to master our craft, and then beyond it, to commercialize it in a way that people would embrace it and would want to do business with you. Because at the end of the day, this is I think God actually wants us to be business. God is a very good businessman, so people don't know that. God cannot put in your hand something he knows you will not take care of. And if you don't take care of it, he has a lot of people who are already applying to take your position. So he wants a return for whatever. That's why when he gave to those virgins, the virgins, yeah, he gave them opportunities. Some misused it, some made good use of it. So depending on how you go about it, this is a masterpiece, guys. I have jotted and jotted. I'm tired. I'll have to go and rewatch again just to grab all these things. It pains me that you didn't come on video, but I'm still glad there are some people who are still here watching and listening to what you've been talking about. This is rich. So we might have to bring you back because we can't just let you go with all the knowledge you've acquired. Your wealth of knowledge. There's still more to dish out to us, please. If you don't mind, we would like to invite you back to not to finish up, but just to touch on other things as regards this topic, sir.
Don't Feb is my Oga.
Oh, Don't Feb. Isn't that your guy? Isn't you be your guy? Is that true? He's been hitting on the words you've been talking those since. It's been our typewriter here. He's been typing everything out. I'm glad. So I can actually go back and watch. Oh my God. Thank you so much for coming, sir. I don't know if you would like to do an outro, if I may call it an outro, just to let the people know what's up. Just your last words. Your last words, sir.
Okay. What I would say really is the reason I speak so passionately is not because I'm trying to show people that I've arrived. I have not arrived. Okay. But I speak passionately because I'm just one guy who hunger, passion has helped to get to this place. And when I say passion, I mean that passion and God's help has helped to get to this place. I've had to unlearn and relearn, and I'm still learning things. Okay? So what I want to say to that musician who's young, or that that singer who's out there, I want you to think about your life in the next 10 years. If you cannot see it clearly, then you need to redefine it. In the words of I'm trying to remember his name, Jim Rohn. He said that if you have enough energy, if you have enough passion, he says, no, I want to rephrase it. He says, when the how is known, he says, when the why is known, he says the how becomes easier. What I mean by that is, if you're able to define, and it doesn't have to be clear terms, just define that this is not the kind of life I want to live. This is the kind of life I want to live. And you begin to deploy yourself to it. It is very impossible. But nothing becomes anything without a plan, without thinking.
Okay. So that caps it up, guys. A round of applause for our guest tonight. I think he hit it. he hit it really, really hard. Thank you so much, sir, for honoring our invitation. We're so honored to have you. It's a rare privilege, sir, because the word that you spit out tonight or you spat out tonight was wonderful. Thank you so much. I've learned a lot and would love to have you again by the grace of God. Okay. Thank you so much, sir. Okay, so do have a beautiful night. Okay, bye. Whoa. Okay, guys. Thank you so much for your patience. This has been very informative, maybe entertaining, but the goal here is to inform you guys as to what's happening with the gospel industry musically in general. We want to be able to pass out information that would be of help to us. There are some things that we actually, I know of very, very inclusive, very talented musicians who have been at the background for a long time, but we really don't know our way around the music business, okay? These are some of the things that we're going to be talking about. We have lots and lots of experts. Our dear Timofey Ubona is going to be coming up again, maybe next week. I hope he's free by next week. Thank you so much for the love. My sister John Paul, thank you so much for the love. By God's grace, going to be coming up again next week to talk about these things. This is really important, guys. We have to be able to think outside of the box. We have to be able to be versatile. We have to mix up with people who are not musicians. Musicians cannot just be only your friends. Okay? Think outside of the box. Do other things, okay, outside music. As you are getting to expand your knowledge in music, expand your knowledge also on other things that could give you or leverage, more leverage on the music business. If, like he said, if you have an opportunity to with Dangote tomorrow, fine, you got to hear your music and he sees you somewhere, or maybe in the train or in the flight, and you guys get to talk. What do you talk about? You talk about music? Do you discuss music with Dangote or one of these rich men or whoever wants to help out, help you grow with music? What do you have to say? We really have to tie this. I don't want to add too much to what he has said. He has capped it up. I mean, this is it. This is it, guys. This is it. I thought we'd be able to take some questions tonight, but because of the time, we started quite late, so we can't take questions tonight. By the grace of God, next week we should be able to entertain questions on the dot by 9, I promise. Well, God helping us, next week we should, before 9, we will just try to rectify all the technical issues. By 9 o'clock on the dot, 10 o'clock on the dot, we're wrapping up. 9 o'clock, we're starting 10 o'clock, we're wrapping up, guys. Thank you so much for your time. By the grace of God, we'll see you again next week. Okay? Have a beautiful night with your families. God bless you. Goodbye. Hey, don't fab. I will catch you next week. Oh, I will catch you next week. Thank you, Sammy, for coming around. Thank you, John Paul. I didn't dream of seeing you tonight. I'm so happy to see you, my sister. Thank you so much for supporting. Thank you for your love and everything. Guys, you can come up with questions next week or observations. Whatever you just want to share is welcome. Thank you again and have a beautiful night. Bye.